And I mean, a little bit, but. And we're back. How are you guys doing today? Me, after how smashed I felt last night, decided to let myself sleep in till 6 this morning, and holy guacamole, I feel like a freaking new man. Also, 238 this morning, which is really cool because that means we only got 13 pounds left for that 100-pound in a year target, and it's starting to feel like more and more potentially realistic. And if you're new to the channel, the whole reason that I'm cutting is that if I want to reach my big end goals as a powerlifter, I need to be more jacked than I currently am. Because like all my best totals were competing as a 308, and even if I was like a half decent 308, at 5'11", I was way too fat and way too short to be a great 308. So the whole plan right now, the whole reason I'm going through this kind of shitty feeling diet is I need to get lean enough so that I can build up better, and then I can be a more competitive 242, and I can build up from there and be a more competitive 275. And maybe we'll return to 308, but I think 275 will be as far as I need to take it to do what I want to do. So we're going to get to speed benching so we can do what I want to do. And once again, we're running the ELITEFTS American Camber Bar for the speed because it lets me do one round with the handles angled, kind of more standard grip. Then I can flip her over, have a little bit less range, run it reverse grip. And I find that this combination absolutely annihilates my triceps and is really freaking fun. So we're gonna probably stick with this for as long as I want to because I kind of want to keep on doing it. And with it being Thursday, it is my speed bench day, shoulder hypertrophy day, but it's Miana's main bench, so I gotta give her a lift off for a top set.
Yep.
Start. Good. Tight catch. Good. Big torque. Unrock felt soft.
Oh, I
Like
thought I was super assertive.
Oh,
Okay.
it felt a little saggy.
Okay.
So,
All right.
good enough.
Yeah.
And I got to remember to be more assertive with my leg drive than I was last week. On this protocol, I'm always like tempted to try to do a kickflip with the bar when I'm changing grips, but I also feel like that'd be a really bad idea. So we're probably never going to do that. And as far as what I'm doing today, getting the team activated program app out right now, because I got everything that I'm doing right now inside the team activated program app on my phone. So if you guys want to follow along with the exact same programming that I'm running right now, hop in the team, you'll be able to access it. And I got to move the camera because the good girl machine's being used. And I mean, you probably shouldn't be running the exact same programming I am right now because it is pretty tailored to the rate that I am cutting at, but we also got way better program options in there for a bunch of different sorts of needs. But I'm gonna shut up and do my work sets here. Trying to be as assertive with the presses as possible, as short with the rest as possible. Liking my chances of actually finishing this protocol today so far. Set 3 always bites me though. But I mean, we're doing kind of okay. Tricep pump definitely kicking. And we're at the point where I have to press absolutely as hard as I can, or else I'm not going to finish the rep. Holy guacamole, made it all the way through my 6x5. So I guess that means we got to go up a little bit next week. And it's like with speed work being so relatively light, your whole job with it is to work as freaking hard as you can with that lightweight. So pressing that lightweight becomes the hardest thing you were pressing that week. And in the program that I wrote for myself for today, I am supposed to run machine overhead press next, but I slept in and I feel really freaking good. So we are gonna make a return to some barbell overhead. Because like I have been running the machine presses as my secondary on this day, but that is mostly a decision due to me kind of feeling like shit. And since I slept in and don't feel like shit today, I figure we should give barbell a run just to see where it is and see kind of how the machines are carrying back into the thing that I know carries back into bench. And one plate feels pretty promising. I know that I'm not doing what I wrote in the plan, but one of the biggest things that I'm trying to teach with the team right now is that when we write the plan, we don't really know how we're going to feel in the session. And that means sometimes, like last night, it's worth it to pivot to something a little bit easier on you. But sometimes, like today, when I'm feeling good and I kind of had an easier option already in there, I want to take advantage of being able to run the bigger thing. And the pin height is a little bit in the way of me being able to have a really solid lat catch in the bottom, so I'm going to drop those down one for the next set.
And while we're dropping those pins, if your training feels stagnant and you don't know what to do about your technique, your programming, your accessories, your movement prep, hit the link below and join the team because I want to give you same day individualized coaching and set you up with a program strategy so we can start making big progress just like that. Prices are going to be going up from $49 a month to $99 a month on April 1st. So sign up now to lock in the lower rate.
And the hope with dropping the pin is that it makes the bottom end feel solid enough that 2 plates doesn't totally suck. Because even if I am changing the movement prescription, I still do want to stick to the rep and effort prescription. So aiming for at least 6 here. Oh, that is way better. I think we're gonna grab some wrist wraps and go up a little. Stealing Miana's wraps because my wraps are in the car, and with how big this gym is, the car feels a really long ways away. And I'm really excited because I might have just discovered something very fun that I could try for triceps, but we got a couple things before we do that. Namely, this top set right here. Probably don't like need the wrist straps here, but they always do make me feel like a little bit more locked in on harder presses. So let's lock in. And like for the inevitable dude in the comment that wants to whine about wearing wrist straps, like I benched 500 no wrist strap. It just feels better with wraps, so I'm gonna wear wraps. And I mean, a little bit shitty, but 245 per 6 I can be pretty okay with in the state of the diet. Because it kind of confirms that cranking the machine presses like I have been probably aren't a total waste of time. And what's cool about the app is that if you do make a pivot option in the workout, you can still track it by swapping exercise. So putting barbell overhead in there, swap, confirm, and then we'll track the loading and move on to what's next, which is going to be a machine overhead press, which wasn't on the program, but you can also go in the app and add exercises as well. I think that's the coolest part about running the program out of the My Strength Way integration is that like we can talk about what you need to be doing in the team, and then in the program app you can then implement what we need to be doing based on the suggestions. You can swap the exercises and just track everything yourself, and it becomes so freaking sick for learning to better auto-regulate. And we gotta go up because this machine, although very good feeling, is not super duper ultra heavy, so we'll put a little bit more on. And the nice thing about this is when it does get that little bit heavier, is it becomes so freaking good for just like flexing front delt into the machine. And I mean, I need to grow some front delt, so it should be good for me. Yeah, that was good enough. Okay, round two, 80 keys again, going for a nice big squeezy squeeze. And I think like what's a little bit lost in translation with the new kind of obsession with like heavy progressive overload mechanical tension being the most important thing for hypertrophy, like when I'm saying I'm going for a big squeeze, like what I'm meaning is I'm trying to contract the desired muscle really freaking hard. Part of the reason I wanted to put the machine overhead press in there is that with how okay I'm feeling today and how okay that dips have been feeling, like the dips aren't going to be quite as stressful on me as they were, you know, a couple months ago when the shoulders were a little bit janky. So we can just kind of run this as like the stretchy therapeutic intent and not be too worried about how much it's going to bleed into subsequent sessions. And with that, trying to embrace the stretch, hang out on the bottom, get comfy at that tech length, and let the shoulders get working better and better. Also, can't help but wonder how much of the dip's feeling better is just me being way lighter than I was a couple months ago, too. Whatever, we'll try to squeeze in a little bit deeper here on set number 2. So, freaking stoked with that. And now we're gonna go move on to that oh so sweet chain loaded machine side raise. Because now that this thing is lubed up, it is oh so nice to use. And I'm figuring now that we got a little bit of a pump going, it's time to unveil what is underneath the limited oversized pump cover hoodie, which is gonna stop being for sale on March 31st, so make sure to grab one before then. But what's coming out on the next drop is this guy. See the cute little moo cows? But I'm really freaking stoked with the next drop because my only like hobby outside of powerlifting is photography, and I have so many shots that I'm so proud of, but like I'm not really doing anything with them. Like we have prints in the house, but that's just prints in the house. So I figure like might as well put some of the cooler ones on a shirt and see if people think they're cool as well. But I'm really stoked with this drop and this design, and we're gonna show off another couple of these next couple days, but I'm very excited for it. Gotta shut up because this is hard though. And like, as always, if you want one, grab one because they're sick. But if you don't, no sweat, because really like the apparel is just fun for me so I can have clothes that I want to wear. And I'm gonna drop this a little bit down for the next one because first one was heavier than I thought it would be. Like the only disadvantage of this machine is it's really difficult to get in and out of, but it's worth the effort. Yeah, side delt pump achieved. And now we'll sneak back under the tape to dumbbell land because it is time to run some incline scat plane fronties on this pretty aggressively angled incline bench. So it should be fun. And I don't know if you guys are noticing this, like if you've been here for a while and watched the first segment of this cut series, like my general disposition and how I feel and like how productive training is right now, it is so much freaking better than it was the last round of the cut. And I think like one of the bigger parts of that is learning from the last one because I made a lot of mistakes in the last one where I was trying to rush the diet way too freaking fast. I was trying to push training way too hard. And it was just like a recipe for absolutely cratering myself. But this time it's like I'm going slower. I'm being smarter with training. And I have so much more faith in this round that it's actually going to work because of how last round went. And it's like, if I'm doing this much better than last round, it's just going to work better. And that makes it so much easier to stay positive and have fun, even when things are feeling a little bit rough. Oh. I was really hoping I was done talking before I would hit the near failure point, so glad that timed out okay. But I think the other part of feeling better, having more fun with training is I'm having way more fun with life right now than I was the last time I was not even at this body weight because I only made it to like 255 last round of the cut. And I don't know, it's just wild to see how much better I'm doing this time. I think like a big part of that is again like the having fun with life. And like I am so freaking grateful for Team Activated because like my favorite thing to do is help lifters. And having the team being a thing right now, it's like I get to help lifters figure shit out all day long, every single day. Like I've been there like 6 to 8 hours every single day, answering questions, responding to form checks, helping with programming, and just like getting lifters to get better. And it is just so freaking cool. So thank you guys so much for those of you who have signed up. Because it really does make my life way freaking better because, I don't know, it's fun. Like, I love it, so thank you. And, like, the other cool part of it for me, too, is it's, like, challenging my beliefs on what I thought powerlifting coaching could be because friendly alternative to people for one-on-one coaching if they didn't want a one-on-one coach, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like the more I do it and the more people that are in there, the more I realize that like we're giving people better help than they would get and faster feedback times than they would get with a lot of one-on-one coaching that exists. And the actual like teaching the program, teaching them to think about lifts, like it is, I don't know, it's just so freaking cool to be on my side of it and seeing it growing and seeing everyone get better. And I don't know, I'm gonna shut up now so I stop rambling, but very, very, very stoked. And walked all the way down here to grab a bench just so I can bring her all the way back over here for a really stupid idea that I'm really hoping works because I'll feel even more stupid than I already do if it doesn't. Probably actually gonna have to slide the bench this way. And I tried this earlier when we first got in without the bench and I slid right down the pad. So I'm hoping that this makes it workable because I think this could be very promising. Okay, just empty with those springs? This is freaking insane. Get a little roll going. I'll put a little bit of weight on there next. Yeah, gotta do all the stupid shit while the gym's empty and no one's got it in anyone's way, right? Gonna scoot the bench a little bit further forward and hopefully 25 doesn't kill me. And gonna grip her a little bit lower too, see if we can get a better feel. Oh, that is hefty. This is like the best skull crusher I've ever done. Wow. We're definitely doing another. And I think watching tape back, I'm going to try to keep my elbows pulled a little bit further forward so the machine doesn't unload as much at the bottom, and I can keep a little bit more tension there. So we'll see if it actually works. So much harder. And I'm hitting myself in the head at the top of every rep, but whatever. Feels good on the tries. Dude, it's so sick. It's so sick. Cole doesn't believe me that it's good, so I think I'm going to try to make him try it. Cole doesn't want to try it, which makes me a little bit disappointed. But that disappointment has been quickly thwarted because apparently we're doing some brotherly machine pull downs.
Maybe we'll do 2 1/4 first. Try to tell me to jump too fast. I missed my back.
And this is my favorite pull down machine of all time, if you guys haven't watched the other vlogs. Because it just like puts it right where I want it. Or go up. The what?
Leg thing. Lower the leg thing.
Oh.
My dick. No. Did you lower it?
No.
Oh, well, it feels tiny now.
Oh.
Oh, my dick is cramping.
I heard, could you lower it?
Ow.
And based on how hard this one is, I'll decide if the 2 1/4 was a work set or not after this set. Because this feels good, I'll just do it for another. If it doesn't feel good, we'll stop. But I think it's going to feel good. Yeah, we'll run another. Okay, round 2. And I think like the biggest reason I love this machine is that like a lot of pull downs like you just fail on. This you actually like squeeze through hard reps and feels so freaking good. And now, as promised, we're gonna go jam on the machine delt fly on the machine that felt insanely heavy for pecs. So I'm both afraid and excited. And we're just gonna start out with 20 kilos on the stack because I don't know what to expect, and I'm really hoping that this doesn't feel terrible. Feels good, but very heavy, so this is probably gonna be work set. Sick. Ah. Boop. This is so freaking nice. Because like so many of these machines have such a weird strength curve that it's hard to get really good work in. But this is definitely really good work through the whole range. And we're going round 2. Now I know what to expect, so I'm hopefully gonna do better. Oh. But there is so much rear delt going on right now. This machine's gonna be good for me. My goal is to get more than an eighth of the sack on though, which will probably take a couple of weeks. Probably more than a couple of weeks. Oh, wow. Yeah, satisfied customer. And welcome to the other room, I guess. Vlog hasn't been here yet, but there's another room if this gym wasn't big enough already. This is where all the powerlifting equipment is going to migrate to once it's here. Like the monitor will probably be over there and combo racks over there and stuff, but all the bands are over here for now, so came over here to rig up some banded hip flexor raises. See if we can touch those guys a little bit harder at the top end compared to what we were doing on that machine the other day, because I really want to make sure that they're in good shape for the Saturday squat. Ooh. Oh, that's hefty. I'm used to doing these with like a mini band at home, so running the light band, decent step up, but feels very good, so I'm okay with it. Oh, I do miss having like the long spud strap and the cable, so I guess they do have a cable station now, so I should bring my spud strap in so I can actually do that. Like that'd be really smart. I'm gonna have to remember that. But band's working for now. Oh. 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 Woo. But like, look at this. This room is bigger than most powerlifting gyms, and this room isn't even like a tenth of the gym. You can't describe how insane this place already is, and like as it keeps filling up with more and more equipment, it's only going to get more and more insane. And like, look at all these crates. Like, there's all of this stuff that still needs to get built. There's all this stuff that's just gotten built. There's all this stuff down there. Like, it's just freaking wild, and I am so grateful that this turned up in the city that we happen to move to. Because like this place is definitely making me feel a little bit smarter for coming back to Calgary from Florida. And like when we moved, I was nervous about the gym situation just because like when I left Calgary the first time for Florida, like there wasn't a great place or a great environment or a great crew to train with. And obviously like with Darrell, with Joel, with Brittany, with Evan, with Craig, with everyone here, like we've built with Tyler too. I keep forgetting about Tyler because he's so inconsistent as of late, but with everyone here, we've got to build a freaking insane crew, and like now we have the most insane gym on earth to train in. And I don't know, I'm just excited and having freaking fun here because like even though I'm a powerlifter, like the machines, having good machines is so nice because like I can just crank into them and contract the shit out of it. And like as evident by that overhead press today, like considering how weak everything else is, not hanging on so well, like the machines are doing what I need them to do. So I guess all we got to do is keep doing what I need to do, and that is going to be continuing to eat a little bit less so we can hit that 100-pound in a year target first. And then I think the next target is going to be like getting 100 pounds between me and Cole, because me being 238 this morning, Cole's 282. When Cole first moved to Florida, I was in Florida 2 years before he was. When he first got down there, I was probably like 310 and he was like 205, 210. So like we had a 100-pound gap, and it was kind of funny. I used to make fun of him for that. But I think it'll be very silly to be able to say that we're going the other direction, because he's still trending up. He's probably aiming for like 310, 315 at the end of this off season. And like considering how fat I still am, I'm probably gonna have to be like 210, 215 at maximum to get as lean as I need to have a good rebound. So that'll be a fun little thing to be able to note, because I never would have imagined that I'd be 100 pounds lighter than my little brother, but whatever. Anyways, guys, I think that is what I got for tonight. If you do need any help with anything powerlifting related, please hit the link below, join the team, because it is so much fun to get help lifters, and I just freaking love it, and I'm excited that everyone in there is doing as well as they are, because it makes it cool for me. So appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your night.